Courts of Cloud. Gaitha, what's up?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Gaitha drove out. She drove all the way out. And just to let you know, I did not drive out, so I didn't forget about you. I didn't go. This has been a crazy week.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I actually stayed in Atlanta until Friday night.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Okay. So she came out to the real estate meetup. Did you get some good information?
Are you kidding? It was amazing. Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
I watched that video. It was real good. That kind of jokes.
You're gonna be on the show.
Well, we're definitely. I definitely want to make.
No, this is my. I'm thinking.
Let me mute everybody because I love y'all, but I know y'all be having your own, side conversations, getting into arguments, spanking your kids, all that stuff. We don't need to hear none of that. We don't need no evidence. All right. So once again, man, welcome again. Thanks so much for hopping on the call on a Sunday. And it's amazing to see you guys out here. I'm glad we're here. I'm fired up. Some days I just get it. Like, I don't know, man. There's just something there, like an energy there that I feel, that I hope that I can transfer to you guys. I had a rough week, man, between Wednesday to yesterday. It's been a lot of stuff personally, right, in my personal life, that has been really kind of affecting me. Between what happened with my daughter getting into a car accident. Perfect. We got Nicole Owens. Nicole Owens is on. She's the newest member of the E2E family. I'm going to be flying up to Jersey to help her out. She's a 101 student, and we're going to get her ramped up quickly. But so, personally, I had a lot of stuff going on, right? And sometimes, and I know all you guys have experienced this before, life kind of comes at you quickly, and and if you don't manage it right, man, that one moment can really mess you up. And so I was having one of those weeks where just things weren't just thing after another was just happening. And it just was tearing me up, right? And so I had to get some coaching, right? I had to get some coaching, and so thank God I was able to get through that. But during my coaching, I paid someone to help me out with some marketing, and you guys, I tell you guys all the time, I am a product of what I preach. Like, I don't tell you guys to invest in stuff and don't invest in it myself. Let me see if I can pull it up, because I always like showing proof. It's one thing for somebody to tell you something, you'd be like, oh, that sounds good, Tommy. Oh, that's really cool story. But let me show you guys some proof here. I'm just pulling it up. I know you can't see it. Where's it at? Boom. New appointment schedule. Let me just go to the receipt. Receipt. Trying to find the receipt of this joint, because I want to show you guys the importance of. Okay, here it is. All right. So now let me share my screen. Where we at? Zoom. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this person, I've been following them low key for a little bit, right? Following their moves. And I want to show you guys that I practice what I preach. I always tell you, man, the only reason why I'm here is because I pay for mentorship, right? I highly believe in mentorship. There is no reason for you to make the same mistakes that someone else is making. So what you see here, what does that say there? This is a 30-minute Zoom call, right? Just 30 minutes, and I paid $497, so $500, right? So the 30 minutes that I spent on the phone with her, I'm about to give you guys that. So what you would have spent $500 for, I'm going to give you that now, okay? Because I'm not in the position to try to I'm not trying to one up anybody. I just want us all to eat. Like, I want everybody eating. I want just this whole big family. We guys, we're trying to get people to go down to Cancun. I want everybody in Cancun in August on that trip. I want us all to be here. And if I'm stingy with information, I can't be. This girl, you guys should follow her. Her name is the Six Figure Chick. on Instagram. It's underscore the six figure chick underscore, as you can see right here. Okay. And, she makes over six figures a month. She's in a different field in marketing, right? She markets how to get followers on Instagram, how to get people to purchase your products. Cool, right? But the same stuff that I'm using for that, I can now use for marketing properties, right? The same things, the same way that I'm using some of these, the same tactics to market my book and my course. You can use those exact same things to market yourself. Why is this important? Why is this important? I want to show you proof. National property right here. Here we go. You see this date right here, 12/30, right? See that date right there? 12/13. This was just a couple of days ago, right? This is an 8 property package that's already under contract, right? 8 property package, $10,000 for this property, $17,000 for this property, $9,800. All I got to do is find buyers for these properties, right? This is the product of marketing on Facebook and Instagram. You understand what I'm telling you guys? So I feel like a lot of times we're going through these things, and I'm trying to like force feed you this stuff to make you take action. And I'm watching you guys. I'm watching Ali. I'm watching who else is out there? Matt. I don't see Matt on here right now, but I'm seeing you guys I'm watching Sean for sure. I'm watching Sean do this stuff, and I'm seeing you guys, your growth on Instagram, and I'm seeing your growth on Facebook marketing on Facebook, and you guys are going to start to feel and receive the dividends of that work, right? The thing with social media that I'm about to show you guys on how to do what I paid $500 for a 30-minute conversation for, the way things that I show you, when you get it, it's simple. It's like, man, why didn't I think about this? Okay. But when you start to implement it, like Sean's doing, like Matt's doing, like Ollie's doing, it's a slow grind. It's a very slow burn, right? It feels like you're not getting any traction, right? But Sean had what? Sean, you had 2, right? 2 speaking engagements on Thursday, right? He had 2 speaking engagements. So the thing about speaking engagements that happens automatically, the person with the microphone in their hand is the expert. And if you are the expert, people want to come to you, right? And when people come to you, they sometimes have deals, they sometimes have money, right? And so what we're showing you guys these things is not stuff for you just to say, oh, that's cool, that's all right to do. I need you guys to take action on these things. I need you to implement these things into your business immediately, not like, I'm going to do it in 2-3 weeks. Not tomorrow. I need you to do it today. I need you guys to do this stuff today, because you don't know when the thing is going to kick off. You don't know when or who's going to see that post, and it goes, and now you're making, $10,000, $20,000 on the deal because you just implement it and you just follow the directions. All right. So this is going to be a little bit, I'm going to have to show you guys on my cell phone here on how to do things, but I want to make sure that, we are all on the same page. Everybody should by now have Instagram, right? First of all, let's just do a roll call. If you guys don't have Instagram, put a 0 in the chat. Put a 0 in the chat. Let me see. No zeros. Everybody has Instagram? Everybody? Okay. I like it. All right, perfect. So what we're going to do is this, man. We're going to kind of walk through this process, and we're going to I'm going to show you how to post properties, how to do this with properties to find buyers, or how to do this finding sellers. Okay. All right. So if you have Instagram, you follow along, go ahead and open the join up. It's 30 days. Oops. That was me. I was looking at Dave's live there. All right. So what's going to happen is, if you've been following what I've been telling you now, I think maybe for the last month, I've been telling you guys that you need to start posting shareable content, right? You need to start posting things that you're giving value to whoever. I don't care if you have 2 people that are, following you. You need to be able to post stuff that they have that provides value, whether or not it's a tip on how to fix their property, on the big 5 of a house. I've seen Ali do a really good one about the big 5, right? All the things that we need to look for when we're looking at doing repairs, okay? How to deal with a seller, how to pull AR, whatever. There's just a large gamut of things that you could pull from the course to talk about, okay? Whatever you want to do, you're going to start giving that information out. The reason why we started this process about 30 days ago is because by now you should have a good little, about 30 days worth of content that you've posted daily, right? Things need to be going out daily, all right? Now that they're going out daily, we're going to open up your Instagram. Okay, look, who's that? Is she on here? Where's, I don't see her. I just happened to open up Instagram. She's the first person. She's on our, now she ain't on here. Oh, see, I was about to call her out. Oh, there she is, Terry Ann. Look who it is. Look who that is. So Terry is the first person to pop up, right? So we're, go to your bio. So you're going to see where all your posts are, right? Everything is, okay? Now, all I want you to do is I want you to go up into, I'm trying to focus there, up in that top left-hand corner, you're going to see those 3 lines. Now, if you guys don't have a business account like I showed you a little while ago, do that now, okay? Because what it's going to do is just going to give you more analytics. It's going to give you more information on who's following you, what they like, how many shares they've done, blah, 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 okay? If you don't, you need to do that right now. If not, I mean, if you already have a business, you should see something like this pop up. You got your settings, you got your archives, your insight, blah, 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 right? We're going to go with insight. So click on insight, okay? So click on your insight, all right? And it says, I've had 79 posts and stories this week, right? For this week of December 8th to December 5th, I've had 79 posts and or stories this week. And so you can see here, each one of those has a number assigned to it, right? You see that there, okay? All right. So what I'm seeing here, if you look at it, these are the views of these particular items, okay? Or these posts, all right? So on one of them, I have 4,694 people who have viewed it, right? That was a quote or a tweet that I took from Eric Thomas. I just reposted his tweet, okay? Nothing wrong with that, right? He's getting credit for it. I'm letting everybody know it's not my content. Eric Thomas tweeted it. 4,694 people saw that. But that's all well and good, but we all know that someone who saw it is completely different than someone who actually liked it or shared it, right? We can all agree that we might see it. I think in order for Instagram to count as you seeing it, I think they count for either 2 or 3 seconds is on there, right? Say that you saw it, okay? But what I want to do in this corner right here, I want to see all. See that there where it says see all in blue in the top right-hand corner, right over your last post, all right? When you do that, it's going to open up and you're going to get those 3 little options up there. One says all, one says 1 year, and one says reach, okay? So what I'm going to do, I recently reset my Instagram. I didn't mean to do it on purpose. My business account, I meant to do it on purpose, but I had to do it so I can fix a problem I was having with my Facebook. So I don't have as much data on here. But for you guys, I want you to open it up. Once you hit that first one, once you hear where it says 1 year, right? It's a drop-down menu, and it's going to give you options to go as far as 2 years. All I want you to do is, if you've only been on Instagram for 6 months, then you're fine with the 1 year. But if you've been on Instagram for greater than 6 months, the most you can go back is 2 years, okay? So I'm gonna go back 2 years, and here's the things. Here is the system. Here's the order, right? The order of importance, okay? The most important here, when you go, let me go back. That next one over, you're gonna see where it says reach. You guys see that there? All right, it says reach. So at the top, you should have all. I have 2 years, and then the next one is reach. It comes by default at reach, okay? So on that reach, you're gonna hit that drop-down menu, touch reach. It's gonna open up. It's gonna give you a list of other things that you can tell Instagram, I want you to look for, okay? So the order of precedence are saved, shares, likes, reach, all right? I'm sorry, saves, shares, comments, likes, reach. Saves, shares, comments, likes, reach. So let's just think about this logically. If I put out a post, and someone likes it enough to save it, meaning that they want to come back to it again, that means that it's very, very good content. And even though there's a lot of other people that didn't save it, there's a lot of people that like that content. I promise you, I keep hitting the wrong thing. Most of the time, if you do that, you're going to see that those are some of your highest performing posts. Okay. So the saves are number one. That's the thing that takes the most precedence, because someone says, I love this content so much that I want to keep it. All right. So when you click on that, you're just going to pop up your pictures with a whole bunch of numbers. Okay. So unfortunately, this is only giving me data for the last week because I had to reset it. But I've had saves. I had some of them that were saved that were in the 50 to 60 range. All right. The highest one right now was 37. Right. That means people that are already following, my organic followers, like that type of content. They saved it for themselves. Now you can see here the first one, obviously that's not me, that's Eric Thomas. That second one, so that one's 37. That second one is 36. And guess who's that? Oh, that's Mr. David Shands, your branding guy who's on the call right now. So those two things, I'm kind of not going to pay attention to. Why? Because they might have saved that because there's someone else's content. Dave has like triple the amount of followers that I have, right? He's also been doing this branding thing a lot longer than I have. He knows exactly what to put to get people's attention, right? So that post that I took from him and reposted on my page, I don't know if I want to use that one as a post that I feel like my followers would really want, right? I need to find content that I created that they want, okay? So the next one that I have, that third one, has 30 saves, all right? It's this particular tweet. Okay, what I'm finding, you can kind of see, like a lot of the tweets are popping up, right? What I'm finding is that a lot of my followers are liking some of the things that I tweet about, right? Now, let's try to get this in perspective here. I'm putting out content, and through this strategy, I'm finding out what my organic followers like to see. Okay, now these people who are following me, they're following me for whatever reason. They like my personality. They like the information I'm giving out. Whatever the case, they identify with me. So all I want to do is I want to identify what content that they like, and then find people like them who are also probably going to like me. Okay? Because we are in the real estate field, and because for the last 30 days I've been telling you guys to post real estate related content, all right, you should now have some sort of data. If you haven't been doing this, I don't know what to tell you, all right? So if you do it, now you can actually utilize some of this stuff that I paid $500 for. But if you didn't, right, some of you guys are killing it, some of you guys aren't. But now's your chance. If you haven't been doing it, guess what? The next 30 days, I want you posting real estate related content so that you can start to gather some of this data, all right? Once we have this data, so we see this right here. Let me go back to it. All right, these are what? The saves, right? What's the next one? What's the next one in the order of precedence? I think I saw someone say it. Shares, right? Shares. So we're going to click on the shares. We're going to click on the shares and see if those shares are similar. All right, very similar. That one that had the most saves is the number one for me for shares, meaning I had 31 people that shared. I said trying and doing are two different actions. Sometimes we try so hard that we actually do nothing. That was a tweet. As you can see, the tweets are coming up. That was a tweet that people shared. They were able to identify with, okay? What we just did there, we identified what content our organic followers are being responsive to. Now, what we're going to do now, after we understand what that is, now we can start to tailor our message to a buyer or a seller, okay? now that I know that, it looks like from what I'm seeing, just looking at my Instagram page, a lot of those, every time you see the little white tiles on mine, those are tweets that I went into Twitter, I did a tweet, boom, put it on there, screenshot it and put it onto Instagram, right? So now that I know those type of things people are looking for, they're coming to my page and they're seeing that the white background, and automatically they're going to that. Just like, I hate to keep talking about it, but Dave, he does the Doritos Dave. If you guys follow him, you guys see his Doritos Daves, right? You always see him sitting in the white background and sitting in the chair with the bag of Doritos. You know what's coming. You know he's about to drop some jewels on you in a very casual conversation way, right? There's people that just go to his page and they just look at the white background and that's all they want to see. They just binge watch that content, right? So what I'm finding is that a lot of people are liking the tweets. So now I'm going to start to gently start to tweak my messaging towards people that I'm not completely, like I'm not going to go full on one side, but I'm starting to tweak my messaging to get people interested in contacting me. Okay. So maybe a tweet would sound like something like, people are asking, how do I make money? Why don't you just reach out and DM me and find out how? Right. And I know that people are going to go through the white backgrounds because that's what they like. That's what my organic reach is looking for. My organic audience is looking for. They're going to go through that and they're going to come across that and say, oh, let me just DM this guy about such and such, whatever, whether or not it's getting into our program or whether or not it's a property. Okay. I just showed you someone sent me 8 properties that are already under contract. All we got to do is sell them using some of this exact same things. All right. So think about right now, everybody right now, I want to get some participation in the chat. If you guys have went into this and follow me step by step, type in the chat, what type of content? Is it a photo? Is it a video? Is it you giving some type of information? Is it tweets like I'm doing? What type of information, what type of post are you posting where it's getting the most engagement? Start putting it into the chat. Because I want to take them step by step. I want to take whoever is going to participate with this. I want to show you guys how you can tweak whatever you're doing to get people interested in contacting you. What's an impression? Keith said an impression is basically when you see my video on your page, is how many people actually have the ability to see it. So you might be scrolling, right? And then all of a sudden you see my video ad, right? Well, that was impressed upon you. You didn't double tap it. You didn't like it. You didn't share it. You didn't comment on it. It's just showing that, hey, X amount of people actually got a chance to see that content. I hope that answers your question, Keith. All right, photos, videos, my quotes. Let me say, Danielle said, photos, videos, my quotes that trigger thought. Okay, is it in that order? What's the highest one? What's the highest saved one, Danielle? Videos have been good for me. Okay, and I know what Ollie's doing. Ollie's doing a lot of creative stuff. He's using InShot, some overlays, and some cool things. I also noticed that Ollie has a lot of these kind of like memes that he does, which is very creative. Are those working out for you, Ollie? Are those lower on the totem pole, or are they higher? Courtney said videos. What type of videos, Courtney? Are they informative videos? Or, are they videos of your lifestyle? Are they videos of you dancing? Are they your vacation? What type of videos? Logan says a picture. The one video of the podcast I was on is the only post of mine that has been saved by someone. Okay. So you got that. So I know Logan does, videos, mostly a lot of stuff about hunting and lifestyle. Right? I need you to start to change a little bit about that, Logan. I need you to start to interject some. I actually was on your Instagram page yesterday looking at that. You need to put on some stuff that shows you're doing real estate, because you're seeing that the one post that's saved, one post that's saved is you being on that podcast, right? So make sure that you're starting to add, because you have a really, really cool story, number one, and you're doing deals, number two, so you can show that stuff and people are going to start gravitating you. You're losing money by not doing this. People like the memes, but I haven't used it to get engagement for them. Okay, so the videos is what you're getting the engagement on. Perfect. I'm mostly on Twitter and real estate with the real estate content. Perfect. So Shasta, do the exact same thing. Take those take those screenshots and start putting them on Instagram as well. Instagram is more visual. It's an easier platform to do real estate on, all right? Because people want to see what the house looks like, right? Most people are not coming to Twitter to look at pictures. They're looking to look at, written content, all right? New to Instagram. It's all right, Sharice. It's a good time to get started. I've been making content on real estate. I just haven't posted any yet. Okay, why not? Post it. Let's get it. All right, so if you guys are making content and you're now starting to see what your organic following is more open to, I want you guys for this next phase, for these next, let's just say 2 weeks. You can do anything for 2 weeks, right? I want you to double down on that type of content, okay? Whatever your audience is attracted to, I want you to double down on that content, okay? Double down on that. And so when we double down on it, you're gonna start to see that people are gonna share it more and more. There's gonna be some that are busts. There're gonna be some that are really good. But I want you to start to double down on that content. And when you send that stuff out, I want you to ask for the DM, all right? Ask for the DM. So in the DMs, you don't really want to talk about what you're doing business-wise to the world on, just on a platform where anybody can watch it, right? So you're going to see if I'm posting something about something that has to be business related, or someone asks me a question about price or whatever. Typically what I'm going to do is going to tell them to send a DM, or you're going to see that I acknowledge them with a little heart, right? The little like sign when you're in the comments, and then I will personally DM them, all right? I will take the initiative to DM them, okay? So I just want to paint this picture. So let's back this thing up. So we're starting to find out what people like, and then we start to add in our little tweaks about, let's say you want to find buyers, right? We just did a whole another little piece on finding buyers, just going into more depth, right? Let's say you want to find buyers, and I'm finding out that my Twitter to Instagram posts are better engagement. So from that, like I said, I'm going to put out a thought-provoking tweet that is going to maybe connect or lead people into telling people, to getting people to contact me if they were looking to buy. So listen, or maybe it's a post that says, I'm just thinking about this off the top of my head, your family is getting 6% in their mutual fund and working 20 years on the job when I can get you 10, 12, or 18% with less effort, right? So if someone sees that, it's like, okay, well, how the heck do you go from someone getting 6% to getting 12, 20, 18%, 20% with less effort, right? So I put that on there. I start to see people are sharing it, right? I'm now seeing that people are sharing it. Those people that are sharing it, I'm going to start contacting those people who are sharing it, okay? Say, hey, if there's any information that I can help you with, let me know, and we can talk about helping you do the exact same thing that was associated in that post, i.e. get them from 6% to 12%, right? Doubling it, right? So once I start doing those things, I start reaching out to these people. Not everybody's going to be ready to go, right? There's going to be some people that are just, they're just there talking it, right? They're not really serious. But what I found is, especially when it comes to people who are giving me leads, I'm finding for about every 30 or so, sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more, but about for every 30 people that reach out to me and it says, hey, I'm a real buyer, or I have properties that are under contract, or I have something, a property that I'm looking to get under contract. Out of about every 30 of those, one of those goes through. But I probably get about two to sometimes 3 of those a day. You guys can see how this adds up, right? So my point to you guys is that by implementing some of these tactics that are not your everyday, just go, buy a list off of list source, right? That's all cool. Like using some of this other stuff, you start to get people coming to you. That's called attraction marketing, right? So I want to do effort that is going to bring people to me versus me always having to go out and get people. Does that make sense? Now, what we can do with this, once you start to get good at this, once you have a good amount of data piling up, what you can do is you can start to put a little bit of gasoline underneath this. Now, this is not for everybody, all right? This is not for everybody. This is for people that are really looking at the long term of this, okay? and have a little bit of money that they can spend behind it. What I've told you so far is all free stuff, right? We're just finding out what content people already like, producing more content, tweaking our message to get them to DM us, and then we can, it could all go down in the DM, right? We're trying to get more information from them. We're trying to connect with them. We're trying to see who they know, what's their, who's following them, who are they following? Do they have money to buy? Are they looking to sell, right? All those things. But if you have a little bit of money to spend, go ahead and open up your Instagram again, okay? Let's go, I'm gonna go to, I'm gonna go to my last 2 years. I'm gonna go from not reach, I'm gonna go to saves, okay? And let's say I pick this one here, right? Which is the same one that has the most shares for me, right? Make sure you follow along on your own, with your own, right? Right here at the bottom has that little blue promote, correct? So we got that little blue promote, right? We click on that promote, right? Mind you, this is a one that people told me that they like, all right? And they're gonna say select where to send people, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to send people to your profile if you're trying to increase your following, right? Brand is key, right? I promise you, you will make more money off your brand than you will do off this real estate thing, okay? You can send people to your profile if you want to increase your brand, if you want to increase your following, right? If you have a website, that is that you have set up maybe to list your properties. Let's say I do a post that's specifically talking about a particular property, right? And I want to promote that. I want to get that out there to as many people as I possibly can. You can send them, when they click on it, directly to your website. Sharice, if you don't see promote, that's because you still have a personal page, all right? So at the end, remind me, Sharice, I'll walk you through how to set that up. It's really simple, but you have to kind of go out of here, and I don't want to go out of here yet, all right? So just write down the steps right now. So you can send them to your website if you have something that you want to promote. You can also send them directly to your DM. So as soon as they click on that thing, they say, hey, for more information, click here. They'll go ahead and send it, and it'll go right to your direct message. So if you have a property that you're pushing out and you don't have a website, you can go ahead and send them directly to your DMs, and you guys can go back and forth and talk within your DM. All right. So let's say for right now, I want them to go to my DM, right? So they're going to go right to my DM because I got this house I'm promoting, or I put out a post that says, hey, double what you're getting on your mutual fund. Click here. People like it, and it's going right to my DMs, right? So right now I'm just going to hit next, which is in the top right-hand corner. Next thing is select target audience, right? I'm trying to do my best so that you guys see this. I know it's flaring up a little bit, okay? Next thing you're going to see is select target audience, okay? So what I want people to do, so I have a couple of presets down there. I have a test, I have realtors, I have greatness lists, right? Well, I have a couple of different things that I can do, right? But what I want you to do, hold up, let me go back. What I want you to do is create your own. It's the last one at the bottom, okay? Why are we doing create your own? Because if you're looking for buyers, and let's say, Sharice, you're in Boston area, right? If I just send it out there to anywhere, right? You might be looking in Georgia, which doesn't, well, unless I want to buy in Boston, Massachusetts, it doesn't really do you any good, right? Real estate, the one downfall about real estate is that it's pretty localized, right? Geographically, we have to be in a certain area, right? So I need to get into a section where I can kind of dictate where I want this ad to go to, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and hit create your own, which is the last one on the bottom, all right? I'm gonna name this audience. I'm just gonna say Macon Market, okay? So I'll name it up there, Macon Market, okay? Next thing it says locations. So locations is gonna open up and it's gonna say regional, right? Local, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and go local, excuse me, and it says current locations. Come on, don't do that. There we go. It is not It's taking a little while for this map to upload. Let me see. Since it's taking so long, go back to regional and just type in whatever city you want, okay? The map was taking too long to load. So regional, and then I just typed in Macon, and the presets come up from Macon, Georgia. I'm just gonna click on Macon, Georgia, all right? And right up top, the reach right there, it says 160,000 people. You see that there? Okay. 160,000 people, and if you can look underneath it, it says great, right? Which is a good amount of people, okay? So we can do that, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit done. All right, so now I have the Macon market as my audience name. I'm also have location, which is Macon, Georgia. I'm gonna go for interest. So interest is very, very important that you guys are looking for interest on Facebook. You can get into a whole bunch of other things, but interest is always the best one. So in Facebook, there's also, I think there's interest, and there's also like job categories or careers, I think it says. There's other things that Facebook has identified people with. So Facebook owns Instagram. So I just want to make sure you understand this. Facebook takes everybody's profile and they put them in certain pots. Okay. So Terry Ann, she has a travel agency, right? So Terry Ann, so she has, she probably talks about travel a lot, right? So she might put down that her job is travel, but maybe Terry Ann works for a travel agency, and that's why she's posting stuff about travel. But maybe for whatever reason, she really has no interest in traveling. Okay, someone's interest, they have to go in and they have to start liking travel pages, for example, right, to show that they have an interest in it. Same thing with wholesaling or buying property, right? There might be somebody who that is working for a real estate company as a janitor, right? Facebook says, hey, they work for a real estate company, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they have an interest in real estate. When someone has interest in real estate, they are going out and they're seeking real estate related content, all right? They're probably a part of real estate groups, okay? These are probably a higher chance of someone being in that group that is going to be interested in purchasing a property or selling a property, okay? So when we get to this thing, interest, it's super important that we're on that, not on anything else, okay? Like I said, for Instagram, it looks like it's just default there, but if you can apply some of the exact same things on Facebook to market on Instagram, and you need to make sure that you're looking for interest, all right? So let's say I'm going to put in, I wanna find buyers, I'm gonna put in, real estate, investing, looks like there's one there. All right, so real estate investing, you can see where I clicked that, right? It went from 160,000 people to 8,400, more of a niche list, right? Now, there's a couple ways of looking at this, right? Obviously, there's a smaller list. More people are going to see your content because we're going to have to put some money behind this, right? They're going to see it more often, smaller list, but your pool is smaller. Me knowing the Macon market, knowing that people that are living in the Macon market and also are interested in real estate investing, I have a pretty good chance of finding these people that are going to be buyers, okay? So I like that 8,400, I like it. And so I'm going to keep that 8,400. But if you wanted to add interest on there, you can just keep adding interest, all right? So you can see I can just type in something else right here and add something else, all right? So I'm going to hit done. I'm going to hit done, and then I'm going to hit, the last one is age and gender, right? I don't care about gender, but I do care about age. There's very few 18-year-olds that are out there buying rental properties, okay? Which Macon is mostly a rental market. So I'm going to go ahead and push this thing up to about 30 years old to 65, okay? 30 years to 65, and that drops it down to 5,800. 5,800 people. That's 5,800 people that are within a 5-mile radius of Macon, Georgia, okay, that are interested in real estate investing, all right, and that are between the ages of 30 and 65. Again, 30 to 65. Why? Because about that time, people have a little bit of money and they might actually be real buyers. Remember, I'm using this, I'm just giving you an example. This is just an example from me finding buyers and adding buyers to my buyers list, okay? So I'm gonna hit done. At that point, I'm gonna hit done again, all right? So now I have that, now I have that audience, and I'm just gonna go ahead and, what was it? Click on it. So when I hit done, it went back to that. So I added and created an audience. And now I'm just gonna click. Remember, I named it Make and Market. Okay, so now I'm just gonna click on that button right there. That is Make and Market, right? And then I'm just gonna hit next. Next, it's gonna say, now it's time for where we're gonna put some money behind this thing, okay? Your total spend is $30 over 6 days. That's because I have it on that little toggle. I don't know if you see it. It's $5 per day. That's what I have it set for, right? I probably want to bump this thing up to about $10 per day, okay? $10 per day. I'm going to spend $10 for the next, let's just say 7 days, okay? So it says right here, my estimated reach is 3,000 to 8,000 for the next 7 days. Now, you're saying, well, hold on. We just said that there was 5,800 people that, that fit that criteria. Well, guess what? That's reach, right? So that means just because I reach out to Sean today doesn't mean that I can't reach out to Sean tomorrow, right? So I can reach out to Sean a couple times, right? So over the next 7 days, we're going to reach out to people between 3,000 to 8,000 people. And I'm going to spend $70 doing this. I'm spending $10 a day. Okay. I'll spend $10 a day for the next 7 days to get to reach out to these people. All right. The next part is really simple. It's basically your payment information, right? Obviously you don't need to see all the payment information, but you input your payment information and you hit create promotion at the very bottom, right? And you're done. You're done. So at this point, if you've done this for the last 30 days, if you created content, you created stuff that people are coming to you now, you can see what people are liking. You can take that data, create some more content over the next 2 weeks, tweaking the message to request people to either direct message you, like I just did, this example right here, or send them to a website, or just send them to your brand so you can promote to them or show them more properties, more things that they might like in the future. Right? If you're going directly for this particular case, where I was giving an example of trying to find buyers, I tweaked my messaging so that it would be attractive to someone who has a little bit of money that wants to get a better rate of return than 6%. I said, listen, if you're getting 6, 7, 8%, I could get you 12, 14, or 18%. Ask me how, right? They like the white background. They like the tweets. That's what I'm going to feed them. And then I'm going to find people that look like them, and I'm going to push that out there because I know if the people that are following me like it, good chances of people that are in the same similar type of field, they're going to like it. They're going to see it. I'm going to put $10 a day behind it. When they click on the button, 3,000 to 8,000 people are going to be reached within the next 7 days. And out of those 3,000 to 8,000 of the people that are reached, I'm probably going to get a very small percentage of people that actually DM. But out of that, I might get 30 DMs asking for more information. And I spent $70 on it. So let me ask you this. If you did this once a month and you instead of going out to the movies and buying popcorn for you, because movies are expensive. I don't know if you guys took anybody to the movies yet or lately. Movies are freaking expensive, especially if you got kids. They always want the gum and the candy and everything else. Well, yeah, I got to eat before y'all come here because I need to finance this thing. But if you are silly enough to spend that type of money on the movies, right? If you just don't go to the movies one time during the month and say, I'm going to spend $70 on trying to find extra buyers, and you get one buyer to buy from you, as you said, spent $70 on, is it a good return on investment? Heck yeah, right? This is how a lot of people are able to ramp up their buyers list or find sellers. Now with sellers is a little bit different. You have to tweak your messaging, right? It has to be a little more compassionate. You have to be a little more helpful, right? Put yourself in a seller's position. What would they want to hear from you? But nevertheless, you can do the exact same thing on both sides. And if you get one contract that you Let's say it takes you, you do this once a month, and you do this for the next, 3 months, and you spend $70 a week, right? Just once a week, or 1 week out of the month, you spend $70. The other 3 weeks, you just let it sit. And the next month, you spend $70. And you do that for 3 months, and you spend $210 over the course of 3 months, but you get one contract signed that makes you $10,000. Is it worth it? Right? What you guys have to understand when you're doing the market, I know this was hard for me too, right? You have to understand marketing is not always a right away fix, right? It takes a little bit of time. People have to see it over and over again, all right? It takes a little bit of time, but I need you guys to stay in it and invest. Don't go crazy. If you can't do $70, at least do 5, right? I know over the next 7 days, you can spend 5. You can spend $35 once a month, right? Right? That's like going to Burger King or McDonald's, getting that Impossible Whopper. That Impossible Whopper is more than the regular Whopper, right? So you guys can take the money that you're spending on other places, apply it to your business, and say, I'm just going to forgo this. I'm not going to indulge in this right now. I'm going to spend this on my business. Try it for 1 month and see what happens. You have to constantly tweak things, but eventually once you hit it, man, you get that lick, and then it's back to back to back, okay? All right, so I'm going to open this thing up for some Q&A. Let me see. I think some people here. Sharice, I said I was going to go back to you for the Instagram. No problem. Where are you at? Where am I? Instagram at? So Sharice, boom. Let me go all the way back. Cancel. Okay. And anybody who doesn't have a business page, because if you don't have a business page, a lot of this data you're not going to see. You're going to be like, where the heck is he? What is he talking about? Okay. So if that's the case, it's because you don't have a business page. But we talked about that, about 30 days ago. So I'm kind of upset that y'all don't have one yet, Sharice. All right. So in that top left-hand corner, let's focus. Yeah. See those 3 little lines? And guys, do this now because the business page is free. So don't sit there and not do this. And then next month, you don't have 30 days. I mean, you don't have a business page, right? And none of this stuff just works for you. So that little thing right there, go ahead and click right there. All right. And I guess because I already have a business page. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I want to I don't know if I want to go out of it again, because then I'm gonna lose that data again. How can I show you this? All right, let me just show you here. All right, so you're gonna go, like I showed you, right? That very top one is settings, okay? It looks like a little gear, okay? So we're gonna hit that settings, all right? Then we're gonna go down, it's gonna open it up to account. You guys see that there? Account, right? For me, it's the third one from the little line from the bottom. All right, I'm gonna hit account, okay? Now, mine says, because it's already a professional setting or professional account, it says switch to personal account. You see that there? Yours should say switch to business account. You see that, Sharice? So mine says switch to personal now because I'm already in a business, so I can't switch to business because I'm already in one. But yours should say switch to business. Everybody see that? Is anybody else following along with me? I need some feedback because I can't tell. Yes, no, maybe so. Logan says yes.
See, yours actually says business and personal. So yours might be on the creator account at the moment.
I'm sorry, yours is right. It is. You're all right. I think actually, yeah, it is a creator account. You're absolutely right. That's one of the things that Boniface changed for me. So you could do business or creator, but I would do business for you guys, right? Unless you're really trying to be out here in these streets. I would do just do business, right? So once you switch to business account, once you do that, it's free. So there's no reason why you don't do it. Then you're going to be able to see all that data that's there. Okay. Now, mind you, no data is going to be there right now because it's going to go from now on. Everything that you post from now on is going to give you those analytics at that point. All right. So Agatha says, I don't see it. Agatha, let me see your put your phone up to the screen so I can see where you're at.
Yeah, actually, I just got there, but it may have been because I haven't had the courage to post anything, unfortunately. But I just got to the business side of it.
Okay.
I know.
Well, we
I'm
can
gonna do better
now,
this
right?
week.
We can change now and make it happen. We can make it happen now.
Okay.
Yep, Dan, yeah, you definitely do. Bo got the thumbs up. He says, Mr. Smith said yes. Okay. Mine says switch to professional account. There you go. You can say switch to professional account. Perfect. Ali, I saw that you had your hand up first, it looked like. All right, yes. Let me unmute you. Or you can unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I was gonna ask you, what was your if you could go back over how to tell the tweets, or not tweets, good grief, the Instagram posts that are doing the best. That's one thing I've been having some confusion on mine, trying to figure out what's best and what's not as I'm adjusting.
Okay, so let me just go back. Again, in your bio, top left-hand corner, or right-hand corner, excuse me, it's backwards for me. Right, you're gonna open that up. You follow me? You see that third one from the top? It says Insight. Looks like a little bar graph.
Yeah.
All right, click on that.
Okay.
That's going to pull up your post that you've posted for the week there. You're going to have the last week's worth of posts, right? So
Okay.
all I want you to do is hit see all. Do you see see all in the right corner?
Yeah.
Hit see all. Mine's being a little stubborn. All right, there we go. Then it's going to open up and you're going to have those drop down menus. You see here where it says all, 1 year, and then reach, right?
Yep.
We want to keep it for all. The 1 year I want to open up for the largest amount of time, which is 2 years.
Okay.
Okay. And then the next one over is reach. What did we say is the most important? Which one has the most weight?
What was it? Reach, save, share?
No, it's the saves.
Saves? Okay.
Saves have to hold the most weight. That means someone liked your content so much that they decided that they want to be able to save it and see it again.
Okay.
The next one in line is shares. So really, I just look at the saves and shares.
Okay.
They should probably be the two best ones. They'll probably be like back to back. The ones that are saved the most are typically the ones that are shared the most as well. Okay.
Okay.
Now from there, you'll have some numbers and show which ones have been saved most, right? And if you don't have any, then go to the next best one, which is shares, and see which one have been shared. And if nobody has shared any of your content, see which ones has the most comments on it. Okay. And so it's, in order of precedence is saves, shares, comments, likes, and then reach. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And so in my particular case, I didn't plan it like this. The first two ones that are saved the most is content that I did not create. You can see that first one is Eric Thomas. The second one is Mr. David Shands, right behind Mr. Eric Thomas, right? So I don't specifically want to use those two because I don't know if they saved it because they like me or whether or not they like Eric Thomas or Dave, right? I want to know what did I do that people wanted. So in my particular case, my next one is that one, which is a tweet. And as you can see by the white backgrounds, I have a lot of them. Most of the things that are being saved and shared the most are the tweets, right? With the white background, okay? Maybe for you, it's the videos. Again, there's some ones that had more, but I lost the data one. If you guys ever do that, if you switch back to a personal account and then come back to a business, just beware. Don't make that mistake like I did. I lost all that data, like all for the last 3-4 years of data I just lost, right? Which sucks. But, it is what it is. So at this point, all you're going to do is find out which ones have been saved or shared the most. You got it now?
Got it. Tracking.
All right, cool. Cool. All right. How do you copy a post from someone and posted on your page. Not sure if you spoke about that. I did not speak about that, Dex. There is, man, what's the name of that app? I can't think of the name of it. There's an app.
Repost.
Repost. Thank you. Thank you, whoever said that. Repost app. You can use that Repost app, and that will allow you to do that. Honestly, I have someone else that manages my page, so I give them the content and they upload it because I'll forget. Logan, let me go to you, brother.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yep, got you, man.
Cool. I had a question about a deal that I have going on right now.
Okay.
So it's a virtual deal. It's in Norman, which is where Oklahoma University is. And so she had filled out a lead intake, and my cold caller was working her, and we got it locked under contract for $10,000. It's a mobile home, right? It's a 2013, a newer one, nicer one.
Okay.
And so the first thing that we did was offer it to the park, because they buy mobile homes and stuff. And I guess they had got, or the trailer park owners and the seller were already kind of in confrontation about something. And so then I think they're trying to take her to court now because she decided to sell to us rather than them. And what's weird is they went back to her. We offered it to them for $15,000, right? And they went back to her and said, "How can you get out of that contract? We'll buy it for $16,000."
Yeah.
So
why are they looking to pay more?
I don't know, but now I'm thinking, like, is it a possibility that I'm gonna have to, like, have my lawyer write up something, or is it even worth it?
Is it worth it? That's going to be more of a personal thing. Some people, just off the principle, it's worth it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a dollars and cents type of a dude.
Yeah.
So if it makes sense for me to do it, dollars and cents wise, then I'm going to do it. If it doesn't, then I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to expend my energy elsewhere. But why they're willing to pay more for a property that they can get from you, I can't.
I'm not really asking you that. That's a whole other weird.
So what is the question then?
I'm basically asking, like, is it a possibility that I'm going to have to go to court? Because, I mean, technically I have the legal rights to the property.
Yeah, if you have legal rights to the property, if your contract has not been expired and you found a buyer, this buyer is now looking to pay more. The buyer is the one that, like, the buyer that you found wants to pay more for it, right? He's trying to go behind your back and for whatever reason pay more.
Right.
Okay. Did you sit down and talk with them yet?
Who, the sellers?
No, the buyers.
No, it was just all over the phone.
Okay, so, well, that's what I said. Did you talk with the buyers yet? You said over the phone.
Yeah.
Why? So did you ask them, why are they trying to pay $1,000 more when you could just buy it from me for 15?
I haven't reached out back to them yet. This is, like, recent as of yesterday. So
I would do first, before jumping the gun and getting lawyers involved, right?
mm-hmm.
I would sit down and have a conversation with them and just try to figure it out without having to get lawyers involved.
Okay.
And just explain to them, like, listen, I really want to do business with you. What do I say? What I'm going to tell you, give them the what's in it for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to do business with you in the future. We have more properties that we can find for you. And I'm just trying to understand the reasoning behind what's going on and why you're looking to pay more. I have a contract that's enforceable that we've already started doing work on, and I thought we had a deal at 15, and then I'm finding out that you want to try to get out of the contract to spend 16. I'm just trying to figure out why, so we can move this property together, get you the best possible deal.
Right. Well, they weren't. They almost acted like they weren't interested at 15, and so I had 3 other buyers that were wanting to get into the property, and then that came up with them trying to go behind my back and pay 16.
Okay, so maybe they found out that they had 3 other buyers. You had 3 other buyers that were trying to sell it, and they're like, okay, we didn't want the property, but maybe we made a mistake, but now Logan has 3 other buyers that are interested in that. Let's try to cut him out of the deal and just go direct to seller.
Right.
That makes more sense. Well, it's not fair, but that makes more sense than now that you're telling me those extra things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I would talk with them directly, try to get on the phone with them directly and hash it out with them. Say, listen, I'd love to sell you the property.
Yeah.
I was less than what you were, you're getting ready to pay for it.
Right.
When can I send you over the assignment contract? And when can you sign over earnest money? Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Appreciate it.
No problem. Sean, you're up, bro.
So I had a question on the Instagram. So when you're looking at the insights, that doesn't affect that data isn't on your stories, is it? Only your actual posts?
No, you can, if you scroll down, they do have data on stories as well. But
Okay.
obviously people, there's people that I think they do a little heart stuff or whatever on stories, but they're not liking stuff on stories, right? But you can do something. I did something on Thursday. It was a Ask Me Anything Thursday, right? And you on your stories, that's another great way to find out what type of content. You can go ahead and put a question, right? Where people can add input to it, and then you will get a direct message related to those questions, okay? And so you can put something as simple as, matter of fact, Dave, I don't think he's on the call no more. He got a wholesale deal. It was like $20,000 wholesale deal because he put something in his story and said something to the effect that, hey, if you're looking to sell your house cash, let me know, DM me. And someone DM'd him, said, hey, I think it was like, he said that like his grandmother or somebody's grandmother passed away and left him a property and they want to sell it. They made $20,000 off of a post. Like, don't underestimate the value of social media. Okay, I'm doing a whole keynote speak on January 16th for a whole hour, walking through real estate investors and real estate agents and brokers on the importance of using social media. Okay, and how it can end up. You can use social media for fun, or you can use it to make money, right? So yeah, you can definitely do that with your posts, and definitely get that data as well.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, man. Greg.
All right, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, man.
All right, cool. So, yeah, so this house that I'm working on getting under contract, it's a pre-foreclosure. The guy, I finally got all the information from the lawyer and the lender. He owes $130, basically it's like $129 for change. So basically he owes $130. ARV is $190, and I've got a buyer lined up that's interested with all the numbers. But he's really trying to push to get me to go short sale because, like, as a wholesale deal, the numbers aren't exactly all that great, which is fine. I talked to the seller about something, whether we might have to go short. I even talked to him about subject to and all of that, but he's just kind of going along for the ride as it stands right now. So, really just trying to figure out if we're going to do the short sale, because it's kind of weird. The lender is forcing us to just make an offer. So it's like he has to fill out this information. They're going to send him a packet because he has to fill out a hardship packet. So he's going to fill out the hardship packet, but when he sends that back, he has to send it back with a contract offer or a contract with an offer in it. And I'm hoping that the negotiation starts from there, but I don't really know. I don't know if they're just going to reject the offer if it's too low and then be like, all right, well, no. Or if they're going to actually say no and then counter, and then we can sit down and negotiate. Because I wasn't able to get someone to speak to. I talked to like a regular collections agent person, not like someone, not a decision maker on the lender side, like on the collection agency side. So, like I said, he owes $130. His bring current is like 18, and so I'm trying to figure out what's a smart number to come in at.
So man, like number one, I want to make sure that we're clear. I've never done a short sale, all right? But from a deal perspective, it's exactly the same. We cannot as wholesalers, we cannot get involved emotionally about a property, right? I'm not saying you are, but I kind of feel like you are in a sense because you're asking this question when you already know the answer. If you are trying to wholesale the property, I don't care if it's coming from the bank or someone else. Number one, you can't wholesale the property from the bank. I just hope you know that, right? You can't wholesale this property from the bank. They've been locking some people up, okay? So there's a way to do it through the short sale process that you can get money on, but like I said, I've never done it. But you cannot negotiate a short sale or be involved in negotiating a short sale and then get an assignment fee to an end buyer. Right? The money that all that money is regulated by the FDIC, and you will get they pretty much. I still don't understand how or why. It doesn't make any logical sense to me, but they say it's defrauding the banks. Okay.
Good to know.
So that's number one. But as far as your short sale numbers, you're just going to do the math and whatever makes sense. Like if you're trying to get it to wholesale numbers, it's the exact same process. ARV minus 30% minus repairs equals whatever that is, right? Again, you can't wholesale it. But if you're looking at it from an investment standpoint, if your ARV is 200 and the guy owes 135, right, on it, and you need $20,000 in repairs, let's just do the math real quick. So the
ARV is 190.
Okay, so 190,000, hold on, times 0.7 is 133. I don't care how much he owes because it doesn't matter. If it doesn't fit in the box, I'm not going to force it in the box. How much is it in repairs?
15.
Minus 15,000. All right, $118,000. That's not, you don't get paid out of that. That's what it needs to be at for just your average Joe Blow investor to purchase it. Put $18,000 or whatever you said it was, the repair cost $15,000 in repairs, and yield a 30% return, right? So if the bank doesn't like that, then that end investor has two choices: either take less than a 30% return, or move on and let it go to foreclosure, right? But the numbers are the numbers. That's one thing I love about real estate is that, and this is the one thing I learned when I lost $10,000 on my first flip. My first flip, I got emotionally involved in a property, and I made a lot of bad decisions, and those bad decisions ended up with $10,000 less in my bank account. Okay? So, Greg, you have to be like, when you're talking with this seller, you have to be the voice of reason and say, listen, it is what it is. Like, unfortunately, you're kind of put in a tough situation. These are the numbers that we need to be at for a fix and flipper, for someone to come at and purchase this property, spend $15,000 on it, and risk their money to make this thing work. Okay, that's just it, right? Unless that buyer is willing to take less of a return. Okay, but don't get caught wholesaling that thing, man. No bueno. No bueno.
No, because my numbers were inclusive of my fee, because I thought I was going to be able to do that.
There is a way for you to get paid. I am just not the right person. I wouldn't, because there is a chance of doing something wrong. I'm not the person that I don't want to be caught on the hook for that.
Yes. Max had the short sale queen.
The short sale queen. Yes. I would reach out to her about that. Right. And maybe that's something we need to add into our real estate college. I need to find somebody who is knowledgeable on short sales and get them to the course for us. So that I need to do that. All right, cool. All right, man, appreciate you. All right, looks like Dex, you got your question answered. Dex, I don't know if you know, but you're responding to me privately, so they're not saying that you said. Dex said thanks to Danielle, I guess. What's the process to do a wholesale deal when a realtor is listing the property? Just don't, man. If you have the seller, you can do that. Guys, if you guys if you've gone through the course, you've heard me say this over and over again, man. Wholesaling is all about what? It starts with a C. The word is what? Somebody give it to me. It starts with a C. It's what your contract gives you. It gives you C-O-N. Nobody? T. Control. Am I spelling this wrong? Wait, you guys are just not having. It gives you control.
Control, man. Control. Goodness gracious.
Thank you. Control. Thank you. Wholesaling is about control. When when a real estate agent who is operating underneath their real estate broker, who is also operating underneath the state that they are in, has to follow certain rules and guidelines, and they have the seller, meaning that they have an exclusive listing agreement with that seller. They are in control, which means you are not. They cannot do certain things that we can do as investors, right? Because they have a fiduciary responsibility. And all that means is that they have a responsibility to make that is in their client's best interest monetarily, right? They can't do certain things that we can do, okay? The real estate agent, plus you're going against each other. The real estate agent stands to gain for selling the property as much as possible, where we stand to gain for getting the property under contract for as low as possible so we could sell it higher than what we got under contract for, okay? So if the real estate agent has the control of the seller, the only thing that you can do is bring the buyer, but you now are not in control of the contract. You now are just bringing a buyer, which they can go around you with, or they can just say, hey, listen, I am the listing agent. I have an agreement that we're going to pay X amount of dollars to whoever the buyer's agent is, which in this case would be you, and that is 3%. All right. Now, 3% on a $200,000 purchase, $6,000. Okay, that's if trademark. Dope. Make sure if you can get in contact with me about that, that'd be great, Gunny. If that's what it is, cool. But let's be real, most of our properties that we're doing are not $200,000 as wholesalers, correct? Most of them are, $40,000, $50,000 properties. Well, we got a $50,000 property that we add $10,000 on, and someone's buying it for $60,000, and we're making 10. 3% of a $50,000 property is only $1,500, right? So you see, you're making a lot less, and honestly, they might not even pay you that because they're looking at you as a wholesaler. You're not licensed. In their eyes, that's a big deal. They might give you a finder's fee of $500 to $1,000. Okay. So are there ways to structure these things? Yes. Is it worth it? I'd rather just go find my own deal and be in control of it. Now, when it comes to me being on the control side and my contract, I have done that because then I get to dictate what I'm willing to pay. So typically for let's go back, a $40,000, $50,000 property that I got under contract. Now I'm selling it for $60,000. What I'll say is, listen, this is normally you would get $1,800 for this. I'll give you $1,800. All right. Or better yet, like I've done in the past, what I've said is that, listen, I can find my own buyer, but if you want to bring in your buyer is going to pay your $1,800 commission so I can make my full 10. Now that real estate agent might, like in one particular case, she didn't like that because, I'm making $10,000 and she's only making $1,800. But I'm like, listen, either you make your $1,800 or I got two other people that are willing to buy this property and you make nothing. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. Just let me know. Right? So, but you can't do that, honestly, if you don't have buyers backed up, ready to go. So make sure you have those buyers, all right? Cool. All right, man. It is 8:17. We're going to wrap this thing up. Hopefully you guys found some value in this. That $500 that I spent to learn some of those things, we learned a little bit more than that because I was able to kind of skip through some things that I already knew. So we got to some other things that really didn't apply to, I think, what you guys would use for real estate. But if you utilize what we just talked about, and if you do this for the next 30 days, some of you guys who have not done any content, I need you to do that for the next 30 days because Instagram and Facebook, which Facebook owns Instagram, they're pulling data off of what you post. So if you don't post anything, there's no data for it to pull, which means all this was for nothing. You just listened to this whole thing and you got nothing out of it. So if that's you, Agatha, if that's you, start posting now. All right, start posting now so you can get some data going. Okay, get some data going, and then you can start implementing these strategies next month. If you have been doing it for the last 30 days, you're in a position now where you can start utilizing the data that you've already collected, and you can start adding these things to your repertoire, to your tool belt to create either more leads or find more buyers. Right? Did you talk about getting more followers? I'm sure you did. Yes, I did. So basically, the thing I was talking about was you can drive people to your page, you can drive people to your website, or you can drive people to DM you. Okay, and that's basically it's literally a button you would push. Do you want, when you pay for this traffic, do you want them to come to your page? Which this is why it's so important to find the content that people like, because you don't want to. You're now spending money, right? You don't want to just say, oh, I like this content, so let me spend money on this. No, that's the wrong way to do it. I don't care what you like. You need to care what the people who are following you like, and provide that type of content. And if you provide that type of content and you market, there's a way on Instagram, I didn't get into that, where you can do lookalike audiences, basically. So they can say, hey, Instagram, which is really Facebook, look at my audience and give me some common characteristics of these people, and then go out to Instagram world and find other people that fit these characteristics. It's called a lookalike audience, okay? So what that means is if you're in the real estate and you got people and you're sharing content that's real estate related, and you're starting to get people organically to come in because you're posting real estate related content, they probably, when you look at them, if you start to look at each individual, they're going to start to have characteristics that are going to fall into certain buckets, right? They're going to follow certain people. They're going to work at certain jobs, right? They're going to just have some commonalities. And then what you say, Instagram, take these buckets, take these people, and go find more people that fit just like them, that look just like them, that work just like them, that are interested in those same things. And then I want you, these $10 that I'm spending, I want to put those ads in front of those type of people. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah. And then in that particular case, you would just tell them, hey, instead of you DMing me, or instead of you going to my website, I'm just pushing you back towards my page. And all you got to do is turn that little blue box to white, and now you're following me. Okay. The following thing is a good thing, right? So a lot of people want to jump right into conversions, right into sales, right? When you haven't built any trust with anybody, right? The follow you thing is there to help you generate, become an authority in your space, so people know, like, and trust you, right? Because people buy and do business with people who they know, like, and trust. If I've never seen you before and there's an ad that comes around, because you've seen those ads on Instagram where it says sponsored, right? And it says click here at the bottom, learn more, or whatever. Those people, a lot of times I don't click them because I don't know them, right? But maybe I see them 2, 3, 4, 10 times, and I'm like, person must be doing something right. Let me click the button. And when I click them to it and go to their page, then I can see what they're really about. We'll say, oh, I like this person. Let me follow them a little bit more. They're giving me good content. Boom, now I'm buying. But it might have taken 4 or 5 months to get to that point. All right. All right. Hopefully I answered that. I answered that for you, Terry Ann? All right, cool. All right, we're going to wrap this thing up, man. Yes, Greg.
Real quick, I want to make sure I'm clear, because you said I can't wholesale the deal. You meant as a short sale, right? You didn't mean I couldn't wholesale. As
a short sale, yes. You can't, okay, because when you get the short sale, so from the bank's perspective, what's happening is that you're saying, bank, we can't pay any more than $108,000. I'm so sorry. We're in just a bad position. We can't do it. and then you go ahead and sell it for 118. They're gonna be like, well, hold up. We gave you a break because you owed 135. You told me that you couldn't pay 135, and we went down to 108 because that's all you could afford. And then you turn around and sell it for 118? Nah, that's how the bank looks at it, right? So, and since you're dealing with bank money, it's kind of like I forgot what the charge is, but it's essentially like defrauding the banks. It's like bank fraud. It's how they charge you, and it ain't local police. It's FBI that's coming after you.
I'm not messing with that. So, but all of our other exit strategies would work as a wholesale, traditionally speaking.
For wholesale, yeah. As long as you're not getting the bank involved, you're good.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah.
You scared me for a minute.
Yeah. No. You can still do it without the bank's involvement. As long as you do it with the bank without the bank's involvement, you're good. All right. Cool. Hey guys, we got a lot of cool things that are coming up. If you guys haven't put in your money for the Cancun trip, August 29th through September 2nd, get your money in now. Stop waiting. You're gonna spend that money on Christmas probably on somebody you don't even like, right? They don't need them socks. You know, my mother bought me some Uggs. Uggs, y'all. They ugly. I took them back. Mom, don't spend that money on them Uggs. Spend it on personal development. Give the gift of personal development. Say, hey, I want a gift of personal development. That's what I want for the holidays. And then ask that. Say, listen, do you mind if I buy my own gift for personal development? And it's going to include a trip to Cancun where I'm going to learn from people that are doing it big in their fields. I'm still trying to work on Max. I'm trying to get him to come out there. But if not, we definitely got Jory coming out there. If you want to learn how to do virtual wholesaling, we got Jory coming. Don is kind of in there, but he said that he wants to do it. The person that taught the course on raising private capital. And this is not something where you're just going to spend, a couple hours with him, see him on stage, and not get to really interact with him. We're only doing 50 people, and we're going to be there for 5 days. So you're going to be sitting next to him when you're eating dinner. You're going to be sitting next to him when we do the Doom Buggy tour, and we're going through the doing a little Doom Buggy tour, right? You're going to be sitting next to these people in the pool and, at the clubs and at the bars and all those other things, right? You're going to have the opportunity to really kind of build a relationship. You never know what this relationship is going to lead to. Don has called me personally about deals that are over $100 million, right? Over $100 million deals, right? These relationships that you start to build when you get into this line of work and you surround yourself with people like that, priceless. The cost of what you probably spent on a normal trip anyway, why not go on a trip and spend 2 days educating yourself, right? Super, super important. If you guys haven't done it, go out and reach. You guys pretty much have now all gotten the email. Reach out to it. You missed that night, Sharice. Let me see if I can get you that right now. Go ahead and email these people. The earlier you can get to it, the less you have to pay per month. We got payment plans to pay it off. It's really just dependent upon, what you want to do. It's LP Divine. Let me just go to, put it in the chat right now. LP Divine. LP Divine. Oops, I didn't spell Divine right. That's why I did double check. Destinations@gmail.com. And let me send that to everybody. Cool. LP Divine Destinations@gmail.com. I think I spelled it right. Divine Destinations@gmail.com. L is in Lima, P is in Papa, Divine Destinations. Reach out to them. They take a down payment, and then it's like the lowest paying one is like $100-something. It's like $100 a month until it's paid off, right? I mean, you can't beat that, all right? You can't beat it. So make that happen. Make that decision. It's a smart decision. It's something that's actually you get the present now, right? I mean, you get the present in August. but it's something that can help you propel your business for the rest of your remaining of your future, right? That is an Airbnb course that I took that I'm still making money off of. That's what I love about investing in me. It's because I invest one time into me, and then I can just keep reutilizing that information, right? Some of you guys are buying Uggs, and they're ugly anyway. You know how the Uggs start to slip to the side and your feet, next thing you're walking on the side of the Uggs, right? You never get that investment back, man. You never get that investment back. It's just silly, all right? All right, everybody, we're gonna sign off here. I love you guys, man, and let's take this information, let's do something with it. Peace.